everyone, I'm Kallol Dahal, and in today's class we are going to learn about Nepal's Birdman, and my teacher ate my homework from chapter 12, grade 8 English. So let's start. Unit 12, reading 1, Nepal's Birdman. Harisharan Nepali's friends affectionately called him Kazi because of his smart dress and genteel manners. Kazi Dai was a famous birder and ornithologist from Nepal. In fact, his keen interests in bird made him popular among Nepali and other birders. Knowing Kazi was more than a coincidence for me. He was a friend of my father, Parasar Narayan Suwal. My father was a PhD and Kazi Dai was a school dropout, but the two were bonded because of their shared love of the wilderness, often exploring the jungles of the Tarai together. In 1972, I joined my father and his students of Anandakuti Science College on a week-long camping trip to Pokhara. Kazi Dai was invited as a visiting faculty to share his knowledge on bird ecology, field identification and bird taxidermy techniques. In Pokhara, we trekked from Bagar to Hyangja, where we were hit by a heavy hailstorm. The next day when we reached Suikhet, the river was filled with debris and boulders from overnight landslides and floods. There, Kazi Dai identified the lesser raquet-tailed drongo, a green magpie, and an Egyptian vulture. On our return journey to Kathmandu, Kazi Dai pointed out a showy wall creeper on a freshly dug mountain slope as it fluttered wings with maroon patches. His mentoring during this trip was a turning point for me to shape my interest in birds. In the late 1970s, I eagerly took part in bird identification field trips with Kazi Dai and Karnashakya, who was then with the IUCN, International Union for the Conservation of Nature, Commission on Education. Together they founded the Nepal Bird Watching Club, which was later named Bird Conservation Nepal, BCN. Today, BCN is a well-established professional organization nurturing a passion on hundreds of Nepali youth for bird documentation, photography, research and conservation. Ornithological science has now gone on from just identifying and preserving birds to satellite tracking of their immigration. In addition, it has also completed a digital recording of the more than 880 species of birds found in Nepal. Kazi Dai was very cooperative and always ready to share his wealth of knowledge and mentor those bird watchers and naturalists. Together, we documented his ornithological knowledge during the Biodiversity Profiles project under the Department of National Park and Wildlife Conservation in 1995. Both of us also served as members of the Environment Protection Council, chaired by the Prime Minister. Birding with US President Jimmy Carter was perhaps another highlight of my birding experiences with Kazi Dai. We also established the Lumbini Crane Sanctuary, and the enhanced wetland in Lumbini is now a preferred home for the nesting Saras cranes. It is supported by World Wildlife Fund WWF Nepal in partnership with International Crane Foundation and Lumbini Development Trust. Kazi Dai also personally led the Ornithological Survey of Nepal to study Nepal's vast diversity of bird species. The Natural History Museum established by Tribhuvan University is an outcome of his passion. Kazi Dai identified 13 new bird species in addition to the bird species described by Robert Fleming Sr., Robert Fleming Jr., and Lainsing Wangdel in 1976. Kazi Dai left us on 19th May 2021, but his passion for the study and preservation of Nepal's bird life lives on in the many young naturalists he mentored. Now, this was about Kazi Dai and his love for bird watching and preservation of different species of birds. I hope the text is understandable. Now let's go to the exercises. Learn these words and complete the sentences with them. Nepal is known for her dash of people, still there is harmony in them. So, diversity. Despite being successful, Krishna is an example of dash lifestyle. Genteel. The food was tasty. They dashed the flavor of food items by adding natural herbs. Enhanced. She encouraged women to start formal dash programs in their company. Mentoring. All the family members helped her in dash her newborn baby. Nurturing. Choose the correct alternatives to fill in the gaps. Kazi Dai was a famous birder. Parasar Narayan Suwal has earned his PhD. The writer became interested in becoming a birder while they were on the trip to Pokhara. Now, I hope you will be able to do the remaining of these exercises. Please do it as your homework, along with these question answers. Now, choose and copy the correct answers. I don't like going out at night. She learned to tell stories. I would like to come to the party. My grandfather enjoys people asking what he wants. She kept on talking during the film. I'm learning to speak English nowadays. Do you mind giving me a hand? Now, the remaining ones, I hope you'd be able to do this. So please do it as your homework along with these. Now, reading 2. My teacher ate my homework. My teacher ate my homework, which I thought was rather odd. He sniffed at it and smiled with an approving sort of nod. He took a little nibble, it's unusual but true, then had a somewhat larger bite and gave a thoughtful chew. I think he must have liked it, for he really went to town. He gobbled it with gusto and he wolfed the whole thing down. He licked off all his fingers, gave a burp and said, "You pass. I guess that's how they grade you when you are in a cooking class." Written by Ken Nesbitt. Now let's go to the exercises. You can easily find the rhyming words and add your own word to each of them. So do this as your homework. You need to find the meanings looking at the dictionary in question number B, and you need to fill in the blanks in question number C. So take the help of the text and a dictionary here and then complete the given exercises. Now, grammar 2. Match the statements with their questions. My father is washing the car. What is your father doing? Ali doesn't want to help you. Who doesn't want to help you? So, find the questions and write down the answers. Change the given statements into questions. Use the words in brackets to start the questions. Prabhu is in class 8. Who is in class 8? The dog is chasing a cat. What is chasing a cat? They were practicing English yesterday. Were they practicing English yesterday? He went to the market to buy some vegetables. Why did he go to the market? I came to see you yesterday. When did you come to see me? Now, the remaining ones, I hope you would be able to do it. So please do it as your homework. And with that, we come to the end of today's class. If you have any suggestions, complaints or advices, please get back to us at learning@tierwalk.edu.np. Unless and until we come back with another unit, have fun and goodbye.